Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make my super simple, easy chicken bone broth. For this recipe, this is the ingredients that I chose to use. However, you use whatever you have on hand. For my recipe, I used some chicken bones, an onion, I used about 8 cloves of garlic, some good quality salt, I had some celery left over, and some carrots, but like I said, use whatever you have on hand and measurements are not precise. Some water, apple cider vinegar, make sure it's with the mother, and then of course the Instapot. So here I'm just showing you the lid of the Instapot. You need to make sure that the seal is on properly. So you're just going to want to make sure to push that in and make sure everything is sealed and nice and snug. On the lid of it, there is this valve. There's the venting valve at the bottom and the sealing valve at the top. Please make sure it's in the sealing position, and then we can go ahead and get started. Here I went ahead and I cut up a full onion. You're more than welcome to use more or less depending on your flavor preference. I also went ahead and cut up 8 cloves of garlic, but again, use more or less depending on what you prefer. I chose to use the Instapot because I find it the most simple and easy for my family. You are more than welcome to leave this on a stove. I know that people make their bone broth and they cook it for about 16 hours. For me, that just doesn't seem plausible, and so I choose to use my Instapot. As you can see here, I'm just cutting off the ends of the garlic. You are more than welcome to leave on the skins on the onion and the garlic. I personally choose to take it off, but I do know the people that leave it on. So as you can see here, I'm just going ahead and I'm bruising up the garlic just so that it releases more of the flavor into the bone broth. Now we can go ahead and add all of our ingredients. So I start off with the carcass. You are more than welcome to go ahead and cook this on the saute method. I just choose not to, just make this really simple and easy on myself, but you are welcome to do that. Then I went ahead and I added in my carrots and celery, followed by an onion, and all of that garlic, some salt, and it is a decent amount of salt. I think this is about 3 tablespoons of salt, but you're going to need it. Some apple cider vinegar. As you see here, I'm taking some water and I'm filling it up. You're going to want to leave about 1 inch of space. On camera, you're going to see it's even more than that, but off camera, I fill it up the rest of the way. Now I'm just going ahead and adding the lid on top, and you're going to want to make sure that it's unsealed and not venting. Here I'm just going to set it to pressure cook for 3 hours. You use those up and down arrows to change your time. You don't have to press start or anything, it will just turn on. Now, even though we set it for 3 hours, it does take a while to pressurize and depressurize. So all in all, mine probably takes about 4 hours to do the entire cooking process. Now that everything's done cooking and we can safely take off the lid, I'm going to go ahead and take a small pot with a strainer over top and just strain out all of the big pieces. If you are wanting to, you can go ahead and take a cheesecloth or even some coffee filters just to get all the little impurities out, but I don't mind, so I'm going to go ahead and just call this good. Finally, I'm going to go ahead and grab a mason jar and a funnel and just funnel all of that bone broth into there. For me, I'm not a big breakfast person, so I enjoy just drinking this bone broth on its own in the mornings, but I also add it to soups and to rice. Anywhere where I can add an extra little boost of flavor or some nourishment, I enjoy adding this. At this point, I would recommend leaving it on the counter for a little bit just until it cools down, and there you have it, a very flavorful, nutrient-dense bone broth recipe. I hope you'll join me next time as we learn together how to live simply home.